Meghan sobbed bitterly as she reflected on her tragic end. "I traded everything to become a devil, but still, no one cared." Hello, pals. Hello. And thank you for tuning in to Royal Family News Update, where we will be covering the latest developments involving the royal couple most known for their hypocrisy, Harry and Meghan Markle. It appears that Meghan Markle is the polar opposite of Diana, with every move appearing to be a carefully orchestrated photo op or publicity stunt. No matter what she did, Diana couldn't get the media to stop following her. Despite acting without any grace or dignity, Ms. Markle and her PR team continue to actively court attention by providing material to magazines and newspapers and inviting paparazzi to hound her. Plus, it appears that a majority of people dislike her. One observer said, "Diana very quickly learned how to manipulate the press, work the photographers, and work the story to her advantage. The key distinction is that she gave the impression that she wasn't. Meanwhile, I think Meghan makes every move seem calculated, even when she isn't. In spite of her best efforts, she can never appear natural and unrehearsed." Netflix as a channel currently only produces an incredible quantity of low-quality shows. Movies that only score a 4 out of 10, and documentaries that actively seek out controversy and attention. Almost certainly, this will be all three, and thanks to Meghan Markle's hilarious narcissism, she will be unable to read the room and will have an irresistible urge to make everything about herself. It's like the movie Spinal Tap, but with no sense of humor about itself. Everyone who has ever worked with or interacted with Ms. Markle has nothing but contempt for her. I am afraid there is probably a good reason for that. Even though Diana was mentally ill and difficult, almost no one said a bad word about her after she passed away. Hate is too strong a word to describe my feelings toward her, but I have no problem joining the ranks of those who despise her and Harry's narcissistic antics. His true nature is starting to emerge. Wanting to get our hands on some cash. In their efforts to extort more money from us, I fervently hope they are unsuccessful in every legal battle they initiate. Both of them are hypocrites and should be disqualified from using the titles. They abdicated from royalty, after all. At the news of her passing, people gorged themselves on sorrow. To no one's surprise, Ms. Markle's departure announcement was met with indifference. That should tell you something as well. Contrary to what she implies, the vast majority of Brits are not racist. Mystic Fig predicts that, like the entire industry surrounding bombshell revelations by and about Meghan and Harry, this documentary will fall far short of expectations. So far, Harry's biggest revelation is that the British royal family is structured like a pyramid. Cancel that, Sherlock. Bears, like the Pope, are well known for their Catholic faith, and I think they defecate in wooded areas. Nobody is as evil as their accusers say, unless they are Hitler, Stalin, Pol Pot, or Putin, or they have a regularly relayed patio and a huge freezer in their garage. When it comes to material possessions, Meghan and Harry are among the very best off of all time. Not only do they not get along with their families, but they also have a strong distaste for the news and other forms of media. That sort of thing doesn't happen very often in human history. Larger issues need to be addressed first. My bathroom tap keeps dripping, and I am concerned about the cost of having the wall in my backyard shift. Nothing to see here, folks. The bus has returned to full capacity. While they complain and make a scene, the majority of Brits are concerned about meeting basic needs like keeping the house warm and providing for their children at Christmas. This stark contrast says a lot of bad things about the two of them. To drive the point home, it's freezing here, but they've relocated to a tropical paradise. We have nothing and they have billions. The real royal family in this country devotes a great deal of time and effort to helping those at the bottom of society and addressing real-world issues. Perhaps now the American public will understand that the real reason we don't like her because she's black is because she is such a rude, arrogant, and ignorant jerk. She was at an event with the Queen, and I overheard her whispering to Her Majesty behind her hand. I was shocked, thinking she must have been very young at the time. In her mind, she was always right and never needed anyone else's input or guidance. In the words of a member of the royal audience, I totally agree. She either disguised her skin color with makeup in the past or is using darker makeup now, which says a lot about who she really is or isn't. When she first showed up, I had no idea she was a woman of color, and I, like most people, didn't give a hoot. But she seems to think it's a big deal. Princess Meghan Markle is just an average moron. She appeared on the television show Suits, but her only claim to fame is that she married a man who was just as stupid as she was, thus turning him into a cuck. Together they engage in a pattern of marauding throughout Northern California, where they each shed tears over children born without hands, before retiring to their Montecito mansion, where they count their money, complain about how racist everyone else is, and sign contracts with Netflix. Can I hold it against Harry that he told the royals to take a hike? Not only do I disagree with the reasoning, but I also disagree with the statement itself. One good reason is that they were probably responsible for killing his mother. But leaving was something he should have done back when Madonna was still British and not some talentless, Italian slag from Detroit. As a final thought, consider this. If the United Kingdom were still in the Middle Ages, Meghan Markle would be nothing more than a common pikey accused of witchcraft, and probably a headless one at that. Perhaps she would have stayed on Suits for another season. She probably thinks she's being witty and clever by saying that, but all she's done is reveal her crass boorish ignorance, a la Valley Girl lingo. Oh my god, gag me with a spoon, that's grody as hell. She's using those dated, medieval expressions like barf me out, bag your face, and grody to the max, and take me to a shoe store, now. I don't understand why I have to curtsy. No one would dare to bow so low to the Queen. At the very least, no women. No woman would ever expose herself as a glam rocked-out version of Sir Walter Raleigh. Then get back up while grinning like a sailor after eating a pile of S. Absolutely, it was meant as a mockery, and it revealed a lot about the woman being satirized and the pantomime she was acting out. To what extent did the following define the Middle Ages? The decline of central authority, the splintering of power structures, and the prevalence of hierarchical institutions that both oppressed and relied on the ignorance and illiteracy of the masses led to wars, plagues, famines, military invasions, migrations of people, and political instability. In her, we have an advocate for a return to polarization, conflict, chasm widening, and the stifling of the truth in favor of the triumph of deceit, lies, and games of subterfuge for personal gain and profit. We have a Reich minister of propaganda in her, and she demands that we all accept her truth and that all dissenting voices be silenced. To achieve this goal, she supports the use of mind-policing technologies like bots, and she is unrelenting in unleashing her pack of vicious brain police dogs on the public via various social media sites in an effort to bully and intimidate us. She lets loose a never-ending torrent of toxicity and filth. Her banner is the skull and crossbones found on poisonous cleaning supplies. She imagines herself to be popular with the young, progressive set, but she reveals herself to be a well past her prime cougar with a taste for kind men in positions of financial security. The only way she feels like a queen is if she is the one in charge, riding men's coattails to success and then flaunting her superiority by demonstrating how well she has managed their power. Who exactly is stuck in the Middle Ages now, I ask you? Find the regressive, please. Who, exactly, is in favor of authoritarian autocratic rule and the dissemination of false information, her? Feel free to share your opinions in the space provided below. To that end, we offer this video as a resource. If you enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like and/or share. Thanks for checking out this update, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.